Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, here with my brief thoughts on... Wait, what's that movie again? It's like a really small indie feature. I don't think it's really getting a ton of attention. Oh yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. Oh no, it's not like it's been on my Twitter feed like every day for like the past week and a half. In all seriousness though, this was directed by Jon Watts, who directed Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. This is the conclusion of the Homecoming trilogy, if we're going to call it that. And I just want to say up front that this review will be 100% spoiler free. I know it seems rather obvious, but some outlets, have completely forgotten the concept of not spoiling anything that people are really looking forward to. Spider-Man is back, and is public enemy number one. After the whole Mysterio fiasco, he is basically on the run from everybody. And so, after one injustice too many, Spider-Man's like, time to go see the doctor. And so he goes to see Doctor Strange, reprised once again by Benedict Cumberbatch. And Spider-Man's like, can you just try and make everyone forget that I'm Spider-Man? And Doctor Strange is like, say less. And, well, Peter tries to inject a lot of fine print in there, and as a result, the spell gets mixed up, meaning a lot of crossover between different universes. That's all I am going to say. I have been incapable of escaping the hype for this movie. This is probably the most hyped up movie that I have seen all year. The excitement for this movie has been palpable, quite frankly. If it were any thicker, I would have to cut through it with a machete. But despite reading and watching reviews from people that I trusted, I still went in there with an open mind. After all, my opinion is my opinion, and I don't want to have it swayed by anyone or anything. This movie's awesome. Again, I am not going to go into spoilers in this video. I'm actually going to be seeing the movie tomorrow night with my dad. I will have a spoiler-filled video at some point this weekend, but for now, spoiler-free. But all that I will say is the biggest compliment that I have for this movie is the same compliment that I have for the Avengers movies. They have so much to balance. And surprisingly, the movie never really loses the plot of it being a Spider-Man movie. Tom Holland is, of course, great in this role. It really bugs me to no end how he tried out like 8 or 9 times for this role and got rejected every time. Like, this dude was just born for this role. Like, he deserved it. Zendaya and Ned, I can't remember the actor's name, they have a great dynamic with each other. Zendaya especially, she has got to be in the running for the best MJ out of... between her and Kirsten Dunst. It's like a neck-and-neck battle. But what I love is that the two are not just sitting on the sidelines. They actually are active participants in this story. I love that. I love the spirit of that. I'm going to talk about the performances of Alfred, Molina, and Willem Dafoe. They were shown in the trailer, like the first trailer. There's no hiding that they're in the movie. Alfred Molina, the few scenes that he does have, is genuinely great as Dr. Octavius. I mean, of course. And then there's Willem Dafoe. I am so happy that they paid justice to the OG Green Goblin. You can't top him. Sorry, Dane DeHaan. You just can't. I'll go more in detail in my spoiler-filled video as to why the Green Goblin is so fantastic in this movie, but they picked the right choice making him the primary villain. A kind of sticking point with movies nowadays, or blockbuster movies if we're calling them that still, is the nostalgia and all of the references that are throughout. And let's just say there are enough Easter eggs in this movie to fill, like, a house. There are a lot of Easter eggs. And for some, the references and the callbacks are going to be very off-putting. But I honestly loved it. Again, I'll talk about it in that other video. But I also love that despite the fact that this is undoubtedly a Spider-Man movie, this also connects enough to the MCU to where if you were watching it for Spider-Man, you get that. But if you want to catch up on the MCU stuff, you can do that as well. And the movie does a great job of integrating other aspects of the MCU that may have been forgotten or in danger to have been lost to time. That's all I'll say right here. I have 3 recommendations for you for going to see this movie. Number 1, obviously go see it. Number 2, avoid spoilers at all costs, whether it be online, through people who have seen it. See it for yourself. Just go and do it. And number 3, see it with as many people as possible. I know that COVID is still out there and is a concern for some people, which I do understand. And if you still want to be cautious, that's fine. But go see this with a crowd, because half of the fun of this movie, at least for me, was just hearing all of the people just react to everything that happened. And actually, now that I think about it, nobody's probably watching at this point, but I got kind of sad at the end of the movie because there was like a group of like 7 or 8, like, not teenagers, but like older teenagers, and they had gone together. It was like a brother and a sister and their friends, and a sister and a brother and all their friends. Like, my theater was full. You couldn't pack another person in there with Vaseline. Like, it was full. And just throughout, everyone was just clapping and hooting and hollering. And not going to lie, I got really sad because I went to the movie by myself. Now, I'm going to go see the movie with my dad tomorrow night, so obviously I love that. There's a part of me that just really wants friends that are as into movies as I am, but like live close to me, because I've got Rachel, I've got the Suit Up Geeks, I've got Brevin, I've got Jacob Martin. I've made a lot of great connections. However, they live in other areas, and you know, it just makes me sad. I just feel like through this channel, I feel like I can communicate this kind of stuff. This isn't sadness as of, oh, the movie's bad. No, the movie's outstanding. It's just, this movie made me really feel happy. Happy to be out amongst people. If you haven't been able to tell, this movie is amazing. It's one of my favorites of the year. Without a shadow of a doubt, my favorite theater-going experience of the entire year. And with only a couple of weeks left in 2021, I don't see that changing in the slightest. I promise you that I will have a spoiler-filled video coming out sometime this weekend. It's a surprisingly busy weekend for me, so it'll probably be Sunday, but I promise it will be sometime this weekend. Please bear with me on that. Also, my 25 reviews of Christmas will be continuing with my reviews for Noel, which will be dropping very soon, and Joy You Noel, the German movie. But if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam. I'll see you in the next one.